Welcome to Weightlifting Talk, guys. Glad to be here live on this Tuesday. Beautiful afternoon in Charlotte. How you guys doing today, boss?
Welcome.
Shirts off Tuesday. Bringing it back.
What's going on, everybody?
Ryan Grady, how you doing today?
I'm doing all right, John. How about you?
This is the love train.
Yeah, we got to bring it back down.
Love
Back
train.
to the love train.
Bring it down.
Travis Mash, you the love train today or what?
I'm love train, baby.
Was that the greatest song you've ever heard in your whole entire life? Let's just take a vote.
It was for me. I mean, that's my era, so I have to love it.
Yeah, that takes me back. Definitely takes me back.
90s music can't be touched. It's definitely hands down my favorite. The reason why I played that song is traveling this weekend in Massachusetts, we had a rental car that had that Sirius radio
Okay.
of the little dog. That's its logo. And it was 90s mix.
Just let that spin.
Anywhere
Just let
from,
it
they were
spin.
playing anywhere from that type of music to rap to rock and roll. I mean, you name it. I mean, it's
Great music, great TV shows in the
Oh
there.
my gosh.
Yeah, it was great stuff.
I mean, we were rocking No Doubt.
Boom.
We were rocking Alanis Morissette.
Wow, Jagged Little Pill.
Wow.
Little Limp Bizkit came on, you know.
Yep. That was some training music.
Sublime, one of my favorite albums. Sublime, great album.
Awesome.
Right? When you go to college in California, I mean,
They pretty much issue you that at the door when you
it's
walk
like,
in.
here's your pen and pad, and here's Sublime.
What about Pearl Jam?
Pearl Jam.
Big Pearl Jam fan.
I'm a big the Presidents of the United States. Peaches.
Right.
Millions of peaches.
I don't think there's a song
Peaches
I
for
hate
me.
more.
Oh, you
than
don't like that
Oh,
song?
it's a terrible song.
You don't?
No, I'm sorry.
I have to like it.
What?
It's my era, man. I love
For
all
sure.
that.
I own
it
that
just
whole
brings me
album.
back. I think music appeals to people for different reasons, but what appeals to me the most is what it brings me back
Well,
to.
what was
Takes
the
my
song?
mind.
What was that song 2 weeks? The Gloria Estefan song. That was the Olympic song.
Oh, Reach. Reach.
Yeah.
We were about to play that last show, right, Trav?
Yeah, not too many people get that. I mean, it's Gloria Estefan.
But it brings you back, right?
It brings me back to watching my coach in the 1996 Olympics just go ham sandwich on some American records.
Mm-hmm.
It was on TV. The camera flashes to his mom tearing up and getting all excited when he hits 220 kilogram clean and jerk, and it was just awesome.
Wow.
So
Ooh, goosebumps.
Gloria Estefan, baby.
yeah, because I just was getting into the sport, and so
Right.
to watch who's training me, go buck wild, in front of all these thousands of people, it was awesome.
Well, I love the 90s music. What would you even call that genre of song we just listened to? What is that?
I would say like dance,
90s
90s
dance
club?
party, club.
90s techno.
There used to be
I
a
don't
club here in Charlotte I would go to called the Pterodactyl, and so they would guarantee that song would always be playing.
I just think Night at the Roxbury.
Yeah, that whole genre
Yeah.
where it's not really techno. It's kind of like fast-paced R&B, But it's so funny. All those female artists that sang songs like that, there's so many of them.
Yeah.
They're all like, it just feels like they were all like in their 30s or 40s, like older women. And,
Cougars.
yeah, they just seem like older women, and it was like jamming out, rhythm of the dancing. Where nowadays it's like all like Cyrus's and like 15-year-old pop singers.
Right.
It's so poppy these days.
Right.
Like it seemed like I remember my mom was listening to stuff like that when I was a kid, like in her late 30s, just jamming out.
Yeah.
Like boom, all her girlfriends, going to the gym.
Right.
And their mothers. Nowadays it's all, like I said, just pop music.
Agreed.
Whatever happened to that? What happened to the 40-year-old Celine Dion?
I don't know. It was good stuff.
The
got me.
divas. Whatever happened to the divas? There's no divas these days.
Beyonce?
No. Let me tell you something.
Wait, who's more talented, Beyonce or Whitney Houston? Who's more talented?
Yeah,
Whitney Houston,
you even
without a
just saying that
doubt.
on the
Seriously.
show.
Look, I'm just posing the argument. I didn't say I thought Beyonce was more talented. I'm just asking.
Without a doubt, Whitney Houston.
There's one person that I dislike the most on this earth, and it's Beyonce.
Wow.
I truly, obviously, I don't dislike her as a person. I'm not a hater. I don't know her. I can't dislike her as a person, but her music to me is the worst I've ever heard. No, I'm not even. It's not even funny.
Yeah,
It's not music. It's, and you know what? I hate what she sings about. This whole. I can't stand her.
I love Whitney Houston. I'm a huge Whitney Houston fan.
Whitney has some classics
Oh
for sure.
yeah, the movie The Bodyguard. And
Yeah.
hearing her sing.
You end
I'll
up
always love you.
Beyonce always just sings about independent ladies, and 90% of her audience is on welfare.
Oh, well, that's a good point. I mean, but I think...
I mean, let's be honest. I mean, you're on welfare, living off the government. You suck at life, but you're going to put in Beyonce and talk about you don't need a man? No, lady, you do need a man.
Okay.
Because, or you know what? You need an education, or you need to go get a job.
You need something.
I just can't stand it. Independent ladies. You ain't independent, bro. Go get a fucking job. Oh, I'm sorry. Whoa.
Yeah. I think she has to do that though. I mean, with Jay-Z, the most successful.
See,
she has to like prove that she has value, not just being attached to Jay-Z, but value in that she herself is.
But
talented.
see, look, I
that's my opinion. What
Just
the hell do I know?
perform.
I don't want to bring politics into this.
No.
And now you're talking about Jay-Z and stuff. But here's one thing that confused me. It truly does confuse me. I mean, look, Attitude Nation, do what you want. I love everyone. But I love the rap. Rappers confuse me more than any human being on the face of the earth.
Why is that, John?
Yeah.
Because all they rap about is hustling, making it on their own,
Yep.
independence.
Sounds like a Republican to me,
You
John.
can't touch me. Leave me alone. I'm doing my thing. You do yours.
Yeah.
You broke ass dudes.
Yeah.
You ain't hustling like me. You're not putting in the work that I'm putting in, and I got all this money now.
Yeah.
They're very, very, they're very happy with their success, and they're flaunty with it. I've worked my ass up from nothing, and I have this. That is the American dream. Every single rapper is the American dream, in my opinion. There is no better.
Well, true rappers.
There is no better example.
Yeah,
you've come from the projects, and now you're a millionaire.
That's if they're a true rapper.
So I'm sitting here listening to rap music, driving to work. I'm like, hell yeah, baby. Screw you, government.
Yeah.
I'm a very small government kind of guy.
Me too.
I don't, and I'm sitting here going, I've made my success of my own. I've never asked for anything in my life besides help from my parents.
Right.
But then here is every single rapper in the world is a Democrat. Can somebody please explain to me how you vote for Obama, one of the biggest or the biggest big government Democrats ever to walk the face of the earth in America? But then again, your whole thing is, hustle hard every day, work hard, and I ain't sharing with shit. But then again, you're a Democrat. Can someone explain this to me, please?
And because most people don't understand why they are Democrats or Republicans.
Is that really what it is?
Yeah, they just follow their parents' footsteps. I mean,
Right.
But I think they really are saying conservative views. They just don't know it.
They are.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I mean, they truly are speaking conservative views. And it was like Nicki Minaj one song. She goes like, bitch, of course I'm a Republican. I work hard for my own money. Stay away from it. And she got so much heat off that.
Right.
That like a week later she came out and said, oh, I was just kidding.
That's why they're. And
I was just joking. I think that it might affect their career.
Yeah,
Because then people are going to stop buying their albums. They literally only do it to sell albums.
Yeah.
Because there is no possible way that these rappers that are making fun of broke people,
Yeah. Yeah.
really believe in like high government state, welfare state government. It doesn't make any sense to me. I'm not knocking Democrats. I'm not knocking Republicans. I swear to God, I'm not.
No, if you took
it just doesn't make sense.
If you took the labels off it, right? Took the labels off Republican, Democrats, and laid out all the facts in front of a lot of, they'd be like, "Oh, I'm definitely this," and you'd reveal to them, "You're in fact Republican." They just don't know.
Yeah.
I don't want to say anything just because I don't. This is weightlifting talk, and if we get into this too much, we could easily go on for like 2 hours about this. So.
Well, I mean, I'm definitely like.
I do find it
Yeah.
interesting. What?
Oh,
Sorry.
I think we should help, people, but not. What's the word? We helping a person is one thing, but helping keep them in a bad place is another.
Right.
So
There's a difference.
Yeah, I want to
absolutely.
I'm all about helping, but not to keep them in that spot.
Exactly.
I want to teach them.
There you go.
You're having troubles. Fine, I'll help you by teaching you how to live on your own, not by just giving you money so you stay there.
Dude,
enabling. That's the word.
I don't want to be an enabler.
I'm not into enabling people.
Enabling.
I want to help.
And that's what in my
love
opinion,
people.
that's what that is. Yeah. You're giving these people just barely enough money to survive, and then they get satisfied.
And they get stuck in that little, 2 bedroom
In my
house.
opinion, that's being more mean than not giving them money at all.
Totally,
in my opinion,
it totally is. Instead of let's take Africa for example. Instead of just throwing money at them and keeping them, oppressed, basically. Let's go there and teach them how to hunt, teach them how to, make gardens.
Let's all help each other out.
Seriously.
And look, I help.
Seriously.
I give.
Well said,
I give tons of money to projects and like the Wounded Wonder Warrior Project and all that. Yeah. And I donate very, very generously. And I give money to homeless people. I don't give them a lot of money, but I'll buy them food. Like if a guy's outside KFC, like I'll buy them food and stuff. Like I feel like people helping people out.
Absolutely.
So that's my thing. And we can go into the politics all you want. And I just don't like how Republicans get a bad rap on how they don't want to help people.
Right.
And it's the exact opposite.
Right.
Exact opposite.
Well, it depends on which one you're talking. Now, listen, before I say this, I am Republican. But
this is getting crazy.
It really is.
Romney, I mean, when he lost my respect for him when he's making statements about not caring about certain types of people.
Right.
I mean, I could see that.
Yes,
I could see that.
So now,
I mean, he did really mess up on that.
Really did.
And I was voting for him. I still voted for him, of
Yeah.
course. But that really upset me. Like, I'm like sitting there watching that. I'm just like, gosh. Dang it, Mitt. We're trying to beat this guy, and you're going to go out and make a comment like that?
Why can't there just be a good human being?
Stick to doing your hair.
Somebody who...
Stick to looking good.
Yeah.
That's what he did well.
I would love just one time a good human, someone who loves people.
The way the system works,
I think
that almost impossible.
I think that one statement doesn't mean he's a bad human, and he doesn't care about people.
If I had to get,
I mean, come on.
I don't.
That's
know
a little
him.
harsh. Look, if you didn't want to vote for him because of that, then I understand.
No,
I really do.
I didn't say I didn't. I'm just saying it made me lose respect, and so it became a point of like the lesser of the two evils to me.
In my opinion, Mitt Romney dissed the lower class people, but Obama disses the rich people. So I think it's a double-edged sword. I think they're both doing it. It's war. It's class. What is that? War class? Class on war.
Warfare.
Class warfare. It's been going on since the days of dinosaurs.
Right.
Since Donnie Schenkel was stabbing Beast with his machete in the 1960s.
Why don't we get into
that? Really happened.
Why don't we get into our exciting?
Well,
news?
let's get into the exciting news. But if someone can call in,
yes,
if someone can call and explain to me,
yes,
why all rappers vote Democrat, it would be very nice to know that.
I mean, that's easy.
I mean, if you could just, if it's really about just making money, then fine. But I would kind of like to know, I find this very fascinating,
right?
Why they would be. And I just want to make that statement.
I think a lot of them just want to still stay by their roots, where they came from.
Well, look, they're fakes to me. They make fun of broke people.
Absolutely.
All the time. All they do is say, you're poor, I'm rich. You're dumb, I'm awesome. I got money, you don't.
I'm a hustler.
And screw you, I'm a hustler. But then again, vote for Obama. Take take 45% of my income and give it to you. Wait, Jay-Z, that doesn't even make any sense. You're going against everything that you're talking about.
Right.
You fake money-making fraud. If you really, Nicki Minaj, why are you going to apologize to people after you make that statement? You ain't a hustler, you're a fake. That's why I'm on this podcast, right? Realizing the fact that I might upset people. I might lose a fan because, John doesn't like rappers and he's a Republican. Even though I haven't dissed Democrats yet. I just diss rappers that act like Republicans and then vote Democrat.
Right.
And I'm speaking the truth. I don't hold anything back on this podcast.
Yeah.
Not one single damn thing. So let's move on.
You definitely don't sell out, that's for sure.
Nope.
That's for sure.
Keeping it real.
We have some extremely big news.
Yes, let's get to this.
And before we go, I'd like to play a clip.
Uh-oh. What could it be, John?
Why don't you go back to hell? Why don't you go back to hell where you came from?
I am 2 seconds from being on second, like white on rice and a glass of milk and a paper plate and a snowstorm. Put my foot so far, your ass and water on my knee will quench your thirst.
Try it.
Well, that's Major Pain right there. A movie that's so underrated. I think we can all admit to that. That is such a funny movie.
It is a funny movie.
Everybody wants to talk about, Dumb and Dumber and Black Sheep.
Whoa.
I hate Dumb and Dumber.
Why do you hate Dumb and Dumber?
I hate when a comedian has to
about?
act completely silly to be funny.
You're crazy.
But now Black Sheep, that's different.
Well, you have to admit the writing on Dumb and Dumber was very clever. Say what you want about Jim Carrey. It sounds like you have a Jim Carrey attack here.
I do not.
He
like
acts a little outrageous in his movies.
So if you don't like Jim
silly.
Carrey, which is still just mind-boggling right now, but let's move on from that. Did you like the jokes on it though? You have to admit they were kind of funny. Well, I guess you really have to like dumb humor to like that movie.
You have to like. I'm a more of an Adam Sandler witty humor.
Whoa,
Like,
I mean,
dumb.
You don't get any more dumb than that.
No,
though.
he's like
No
epitome
way.
dumb.
That dude is brilliant. The way he
is. I agree.
He's different. The different accents he can make. The different,
very
He
talented.
can sing.
Oh,
He's actually a
man.
very good singer.
Well, look
He
at
really
Jim
is.
Carrey when he did the Truman Show. He took it serious.
Ryan knows how to make me
He got
happy.
serious.
That's my favorite movie
I
of all
liked
time.
him better in that than I did in all his silly movies. Yeah.
I can see that.
Well, let's get into it. It's called The Camp, and there's a reason why.
Hey, welcome to the show.
Get ready.
Let's see here. July 13th is a big day. What is that day?
Write this down.
The Attitude Nation Level 2 Camp is starting off with a mother effing bang, baby.
Boom.
Boom. Baus, Rouse, Ricky Rose. I want to go into it and talk about it, about how excited I am. I am so jacked right now.
We're all jacked. I told you.
This is real talk right here.
Take your shirts off.
Shirts off Thursday, baby. Or wait, Tuesday.
Shirts off air day. Real done.
All right, let's go into it here.
Get your pen and paper out.
Okay, hold on 1 second, people.
John's getting situated here.
We are ecstatic to announce our Attitude Nation Level 2 Camp, baby.
2.
Drunk off coffee. Here we go. The camp will be a 3-day event focusing on authentic weightlifting, powerlifting, gymnastics, and endurance. The camp will include technique, video analyzation, Q&A, demonstrations, of course, and workouts at the end of each day. The weightlifting will be coached by yours truly, national champion, USC team member, all-around badass,
The champ,
John North, and will be assisted by nationally ranked weightlifter, Jessica North. The powerlifting will be coached by world champion, powerlifter, and weightlifting talk show host, yours truly,
The Travis Mash.
the Travis Mash of
Travis
Elite
Mash.
Performance. The gymnastics and endurance will be coached by Attitude Nation's own head CrossFit coach and weightlifting personality, Ryan Grady.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The personality.
A little bit of the schedule. Day 1, we will break down of the snatch in a way that's never been taught before, teaching on the foundations of gymnastics. So snatch and gymnastics on day 1, which really I think are the same.
Right, exactly.
Everybody wants to say, the snatch is pretty much gymnastics with a bar,
Barbell gymnastics.
ballet with a bar. So that's kind of why we included both of those. Get the snatch in there and gymnastics to kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Yep.
What's that, Trav?
Nope. I'm just announcing it on.
Boom.
on
Day
it.
2,
social media.
we will be in depth. Day 2 will be an in-depth lesson of all the variations to perform the clean and the movements in powerlifting. Travis Mash will be joining us that session. That'll go on all day with a workout at the end. Day 3 will focus on more advanced gymnastics as well as endurance, ending the day with a grand final controlled weightlifting meet.
Grand finale, baby.
That's the one part of the camp that I'm really excited for.
Definitely.
Everybody get the singlets on and get the chalk buckets out.
Yep.
And have a really fun meet, a controlled meet.
Absolutely.
And we're actually thinking about even getting it sanctioned. I don't know yet.
Yep.
But either way, it's going to be so fun. I just remember back in football camps, it was all drills and learning how to hand off and catch footballs and blocking and running and conditioning at the Oregon camp and stuff. And I had so much fun. And the reason why is because throughout the whole entire 4-day camp I was at Oregon, I just, in the back of my head, I knew that at the end of the camp, we were going to be scrimmaging.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what all the football
End of the
players...
camp scrimmage was the best.
Yeah, I think we all know that. It's the best thing on earth.
Yeah.
And so we pretty much just ate ham sandwiches all scrimmage, and it was super fun. Plus, we got to learn a lot of stuff.
We're going to do it. Aren't we going to do the meet with them?
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and judge and possibly lift. I would like to lift with them.
Yeah. Go ahead.
But we're going to coach them,
Yep.
count attempts, judge them, and I would like to put the singlet on and lift as well.
Teach them.
And we can't make any announcements yet, but we have possibly some more coaches and
Two
some
more awesome coaches.
some special guests that we are not allowed to say yet, which frustrates me, but we will soon.
Now, that's kind of good.
Yeah, exactly.
Very excited about that.
We have 40 spots open. The camp will be held at the Attitude Nation Gym here in Charlotte, North Carolina. It starts July 12th, 13th, and 14th. Registrations will be open first thing tomorrow morning at theattitudenation.com. My wife is putting the 3-day schedule up on the site with pictures, bios of the coaches, and then obviously you can register tickets starting tomorrow morning. So I don't know, guys. I'm excited just because it's 3 sports.
Yep.
Gymnastics, powerlifting, and weightlifting with endurance in there, all in 3 damn days. And it's also being coached by professionals and people that have done it, and
not just done it, people who are the absolute best of their sports.
Yeah, I'm excited, and there's so many aspects of it to be excited about. I know from a gymnastics point of view, I'm working closely with a good friend of mine who was a world-class national champion gymnast, All-American.
David,
in
right?
college. Yep, Dave Durante. He's been working with me, teaching me stuff. Definitely, I've been on the phone him left and right. I mean, his schedule is crazy. But again, I don't want to name drop too much, but definitely have him on board. And like I said, I've been working with him tons. He put me through like a whole day seminar, just me and him, and I was blown away of the difference it made just that one day with him working on things he taught me. And I'm gonna speak on CrossFit a little bit. You know, we teach barbell movements so. And Dave made this point. It's a great point. We go over the barbell movements with such detail. We go over so much of what we do in such detail. And then when it comes to gymnastics, we just kind of gloss over it. Kick up against the wall, do a handstand, and figure it out. You know, and Dave spent hours with me breaking down the handstand, and what a difference. What a difference.
I'm more excited for you teaching the gymnastics than anything for me personally, because I don't know it. You know, we have Smashed CrossFit in Advance, North Carolina, but I'm very good at obviously teaching the weightlifting, the powerlifting, but the gymnastics I think is foreign to a lot of people.
Absolutely.
But I would love to learn the the handstands, the muscle ups. So I personally am excited about being a part of that. So.
Definitely. And with somebody like Dave and his experience that's on board with this is just huge. You know, I went to high school with Dave, and I remember. In high school, I tell the story all the time. I used to make fun of him day in and day out for being a gymnast. I didn't know any better back then. I was like, dude, you're a gymnast. I can shoot a layup and slap the backboard. I'm a much better athlete than you.
Yeah.
Couldn't dunk, but I could slap the backboard. That makes me a better athlete.
Yeah.
And he would just shake his head. And I would even sit in calculus. I'll never forget it. He would be drawing little stick figures of how he was going to flip in the air in a particular movement. And I'm like, what are you doing, dude? He's like, oh, I'm going over in my mind how I'm going to do. I'm like, man, you're never going to go anywhere with gymnastics. All-American at Stanford, 2007 all-around champ,
so
alternate on the 2008 the Olympic team for the U.S. I mean, boy, was I wrong about that.
Now
here I am at I'm sorry to cut you off, John.
Yeah,
here I am at in my 30s, desperate to learn gymnastics.
I'm actually in my 40s, and I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Because when I was at the Olympic Training Center, the gymnasts were the most jacked people on campus.
Definitely, man.
They might not be the tallest, but they were by far the most. I guarantee I could tell you who's a gymnast and who's not by the way they walk. They just walk like tanks.
Yep. And all my coaches that are listening now and trainers that are out there listening, I mean, you know that the gymnastics movements translate so much into everything. If you can learn to control your own body, it's going to be a lot easier for me to add a load onto your back, onto your front rack, whatever, and have you sustain a more stable position.
I tell all my parents,
a monster, baby.
I tell all my parents that if you want to give your kid a head start,
put him in gymnastics.
Yep,
there's a plug for you, gymnastics world.
Hey, can I interrupt the show really quick?
Sure can
somebody tweet me, Travis, or Ryan how the show sounds? You're going to notice that Thursday's show sounded a lot better than Tuesday's because the amps were working. Sometimes the show has a real professional, deep, nice sound, and then sometimes it's kind of like the old day weightlifting talk.
Yeah.
So give us a tweet and just say, hey, thumbs up, sounds great. Or say, hey, it's not, because sometimes when the amps aren't working and someone calls in, we can't hear them. But someone's going to call in, a special guest, Rebecca, pretty soon to talk about her getting on Team Muscle Driver.
Yeah.
Which is really badass. But guys, I don't know, man. I'm drunk off coffee right now.
Where do they
I am really excited about this camp because it's going to be sweet to have 40 people stacked in this gym.
There we have it.
Here we go. We got a call.
Sounds crisp and clear.
People want to know how much it's going to cost as well.
Weightlifting talk. Welcome. What's on your mind, you son of a guns?
Hey, John, this is Rebecca Gurdon.
Rebecca from MASH Elite, baby.
The one and only Rebecca.
I'm so glad you called in, Rebecca, because I think that there's big news to be said right now. You want to go ahead and announce it to the Attitude Nation what happened this weekend?
So yesterday I got a call from Glenn Penley and found out that I've been invited to the Muscle Driver USA weightlifting team.
Woo!
That girl.
That is awesome, Rebecca. I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy for you. You're a great athlete, better person, and I think you're going to have a ton of fun on this, not only on Muscle Driver, but you're going to get really freaking good.
Yeah.
I hope so. It's exciting. It's like a new adventure.
Now, Rebecca, you have to promise me one thing.
Okay.
You can't become more YouTube famous than me.
Absolutely.
Because
I don't think that's possible.
I know you're going to be on all the YouTube videos, and you're going to be a superstar. You're probably going to forget all three of us in the studio.
You better not.
do it.
And you're going to be all like, anytime I'm going to try to talk to you, you're going to be like, hey, talk to my agent first. So don't forget about us, number one, and try not to become more popular than me, please.
I'll have my people call your people.
Already.
Travis,
No, I'm just kidding. Of
Travis,
course not.
what's going through your mind? I mean, look, you produced a phenomenal athlete.
Yeah.
That is her foundation. And you know what? If she wins 3 Olympics, you'll always be a part of that, of course, because that was the foundation you created. And which I think is some of the most important part of an athlete's career. I mean, you're excited. Are you a little sad? What's your emotion right now on this, Travis?
Yesterday, the emotions ran pretty high. You know,
I bet.
There were tears in both of our eyes. It was like, it's like almost like I feel like a father. I take a girl who just walks up to me and wants to learn the lifts, and we take her from just learning the basics with an empty bar all the way to the point where, you know, her being nationally ranked now making this big Muscle Driver USA team. I couldn't be more proud of Rebecca. You know, if she were my daughter, you know, like I feel like she is, I couldn't be more proud of her. And, you know, she is a great person. And everybody at MASH Elite Performance has benefited from her being around. And we have such love for her. All of us do. Wow. But, you know, we're going to miss her, but I can't wait to watch her, you know, on YouTube. And all the videos.
You're getting choked up right now.
Yeah,
I can see.
it is something else to hear like a coach talk about an athlete like that.
That
I just wrote a
reminds
blog
me.
about trainers and what to look for in a trainer.
That was a great blog.
That's what you're looking for. That's
reminded
what you
me-
want to hear.
I don't know how
say.
you do it, though, man. I don't know if I could give
That's
You
just
know,
it. You got to pour your heart and
God,
soul.
I'm so all about me that no, I'm just kidding. But you know, I think that it would be difficult. So
It is.
I tip my hat off to you.
It's what's better for her. You know, obviously I would like to take her and keep her, but you know, right now it's better for her.
With that atmosphere,
Yeah.
with that whole setup. I mean,
Yeah.
you just have to take that opportunity.
You do.
You can't say no to something like that. If that's at Muscle Driver, if that's it, you know, if that's at the OTC, if that's at Cal Strength, no matter where it is, there's opportunities that come across a person's life.
Yeah.
And no matter where you're at in your own life, you just have to take them. Right?
Yeah.
You just do. And
Yesterday reminded me.
Rebecca's still on the phone.
I
Let's
was
say
just
goodbye to
gonna
her
say-
real quick. Rebecca, thanks for calling in and awesome.
Way to go,
Congratulations. People are going to get to know you a lot better after they get to know you
Wanna
on the
plug your
YouTube
Twitter?
and stuff. Yeah, let's plug your Twitter real quick. Rebecca, what's your Twitter?
It's at R Gurdon, so RGERDON.
All right, perfect. Well, thanks for calling in, and go get them, girlfriend.
We'll be watching.
I wanted to say that yesterday reminded me of what John said about, like, it's not just the athlete winning, it's the coach.
Right.
Well, yesterday when we got the call,
Big day for you guys
it felt
yesterday, man.
exactly like when I was invited to train at the
Wow.
Olympic Training Center.
That's
it was
what I'm talking
zero
about.
different, if not a little bit better. So
Well, no comfort zones, baby. Donnie Schenkel.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, never
And
have any comfort zones.
Actually, there's another one of your athletes, Knuckles, man. We got
Oh,
him
yeah.
last week.
We
Got to
had-
give him some love. for
Yeah,
what
Knuckles,
he did,
shout
man.
out. What'd he do, Trav?
Give him some love right now.
Greg Knuckles broke the all-time world
All
record
time.
at 242 pounds without the crazy equipment. But the guy squatted 750 pounds. Now remember, he's a 21-year-old drug-free athlete.
Oh my
Awesome.
gosh.
Benched 425 pounds and then deadlifted 710 pounds for 1,885 pound total, breaking the record. It was madness. Our whole team, we broke. You know, we had the we won the team award. We killed everybody. Greg won the overall best lifter, of course. My wife won the overall best lifter on the female side.
Wow.
My wife did work, boys. She squatted 300 pounds.
I saw that.
My little bitty 5'1" wife squatted 500, deadlifted 345 pounds,
Unbelievable.
benched 155. It was just a great weekend.
And there's I saw a video clip, and it's great. After old Knuckles hit the deadlift, and he runs in,
grabs me.
It was unbelievable, the excitement.
Yeah.
You were 10 times more excited than him.
That's great.
Yeah.
Runs into your arms, jumps up, then he proceeds to slip.
Yeah,
which was hilarious.
Travis, let me ask you a
Yeah.
question.
Yeah.
I saw that, and that's so awesome.
It was
In
awesome.
powerlifting, is there emotion like that? Do you think that there's more emotion in powerlifting than there is in weightlifting?
I think there's
Because it seems like in weightlifting, if you do something like that or get jacked up and
Great
stuff,
point.
you
You'll make a
get
mistake.
you,
Great
you
point.
get hung like I do.
yeah,
Right.
But then it seems like in powerlifting, they're getting all jacked up and they're celebrating afterwards, and
Yeah.
it seems to be more acceptable in powerlifting. Is that true?
Oh yeah, we celebrate. We go ham sandwich all the time.
Now, why is weightlifters punished for that?
I don't know, man.
Why am I punished for that?
that is a great question.
that is what attracted me to your videos. Is like I was like, finally somebody is getting jacked in weightlifting. A lot of my people didn't like going to weightlifting competitions because it's so boring. But you know why you get that golf clap? I mean, what is that?
With a golf clap, man. See, I don't like lifting when it's silent. I actually have to get the crowd going as I start my pole.
Absolutely.
Or as I should say, my horses out of gate dynamic start. Good video, Ryan.
Awesome.
Worth watching. for
Good
sure.
job, even though I got a bug in my eye. You know how many emails I've got off that?
How many?
Just tons. I mean,
Many.
just like I've been PRing like ham sandwiches.
Awesome.
So,
Dude. And we're seeing people at the gym using it and
Dude.
just taking off.
so all the hate mail I got, I don't even care.
No, because
like,
the results are all the proof. we
I
need.
got handfuls of PRs from that.
Yeah.
And I did my job.
Yeah. Oh, one thing I didn't say is, you remember Lisa?
Yeah, you talked about Lisa.
She said, listen, guys, she has stage 4 cancer, lung cancer.
Oh, yeah.
She's going through chemo as we speak.
Jeez.
Right now, she's listening to us, by the way.
Love you, Lisa.
Love
with
you,
an
Lisa.
IV in her arm, getting
Shout out to
chemotherapy.
Lisa.
And she set a personal record in this. She squatted 180 pounds while going through
Unbelievable.
chemotherapy and set a meet PR for her total.
Holy.
Boys, at a weight class down.
See, any fat person that parks in the handicap spot, that's exactly why I park in the handicap spot.
Why?
Because I think it's the most ridiculous thing. Just what Travis said. There's a story of a woman that has chemo, and she's in the gym spot squatting 800 pounds. Or
180 pounds.
180
The
pounds.
epitome of no excuses.
No excuses.
epitome.
But we have fat people in America that park in the handicap spot because they don't want to walk.
They need to
And
be
I'm
parking
sorry,
in the
maybe
back.
I'm just I don't want to go on a rant. As Travis is talking about something so motivational, but it makes me see the other side of people. If a woman could do that, if Lisa could do that, it just frustrates me when I see such lazy, I can't attitudes. I just can't stand it. I can't surround myself with it.
And Ryan, right now she's doing she did my CrossFit class this morning.
What a woman. I love this woman.
Just right after going ham sandwich on Saturday, she was in there getting crazy, doing all kinds of WODs.
And I love that. I love that message and in and outside the gym of, you know what? She's been dealt a rough hand, right?
Yeah.
And she has two choices. Just lay down and take it and die, just give up or fight. And I love that
She told me
mentality.
that she has cancer, but cancer does not have her.
Awesome. Lisa, you are. I can't wait to meet you, girl.
What I want to do
We need to
is
get her on the show.
we want to get her on the show. I want to go ahead at the camp in July. I want to do a live weightlifting talk. Well, it's always live, but during the camp.
Oh, yeah.
That would be awesome.
And have everybody like surround and get involved and pass the mic around and have
That's
people
awesome.
ask questions during the camp.
Love it.
Like get people involved, and I would
Q&A,
have a
yeah.
Q&A on weightlifting talk,
Live show.
July 13th, 14th, and 15th.
right?
See how I threw that other plug in there?
I liked it.
But I would like to get Lisa involved, and maybe she can fly out here. We'd fly her out here, put her in, of course, the sweet hotel, and have her live at the show with all the people around us during the camp.
Lisa, you should call in right now if you're available, but that would be awesome. She would be here, I can guarantee.
Now, Travis, since this seminar or since the camp is going to be authentic, and I love that word.
Yeah.
So it's going to be
Great point.
authentic to each sport.
Right.
We are going to break down weightlifting like no coach has ever done. Now, in my seminars, I get to touch here and there on so many different things.
Right.
And my seminars are the best seminars you could take.
No doubt.
I'm not even lying.
No doubt.
What I talk about, I call my seminar street weightlifting, ain't talked about. But what I want to do is I want to go more in depth on every single thing I'm saying, plus more stuff I've never talked about.
Yep.
And, there's as far as the video analyzation and all that kind of stuff, but you're going to go ahead and do the same thing with powerlifting, right?
Exactly.
And it seems to me that powerlifting, something that's so big into CrossFit as well, as far as the squats and the deadlifts, and I guess now I heard bench press.
Bench press.
Bench press is in CrossFit.
It is now.
So it just seems there's a lot of stuff left out in the powerlifting that I think you're going to tackle at these camps. Am I correct?
We're going to go over low bar, high bar, wide stance, close stance. I mean, we're going to talk about bench press, what bench press is more efficient, what the way to deadlift more efficiently. Efficiency is going to also
for speed
produce, and it's also going to produce more strength, bigger lifts. But it's also in those high rep deadlifts. I'm going to teach you how to get the more.
What I like about this, if you're a weightlifter, come. If you're only a powerlifter, come. But I think the most people are going to be CrossFitters. So you're really going to kill strength conditioning coaches. So let's say you're a strength coach. Let's say you're a CrossFitter. Right. You're going to get obviously authentic coaching from each sport, but you're going to able to mold them into whatever you want to do. I mean, you can take whatever you want out of this camp.
Absolutely.
You can debate with us. You can throw rocks at us.
Right.
I'm excited for it.
Right. I can't wait to teach people with the squat, especially, people with, they're taller, have long femurs, have trouble squatting. I'm going to tell you what to do there.
This is going to be so funny because if you just heard Travis Mash, he said low bar. Yeah. And in our meeting the last few days of putting this together, we've been in 2-hour meetings for the last week.
Right.
I feel like we've been producing Facebook, putting together. We're gonna actually have a barbecue afterwards.
That's gonna be so cool
during the day. And with the first day, I want a what do you call that?
Meet and greet.
A meet and greet,
right?
And I want to have a big barbecue and a bunch of coffee and stuff. But you heard Travis Mash say low bar,
right?
And in the meeting, I was dying laughing, and I said, "Look, John," I was talking to myself. I said, "I got to take my own beliefs out of that portion of the seminar because guess what? That is the powerlifting portion of the seminar, John.
Right.
He's not coaching weightlifting at this part of the camp.
Nope.
And I said, there's going to be low bar squats taking place in my gym. And it's going to be really weird. But that's the proper way to powerlift. So
that's the beauty of this whole camp.
And that's
idea.
the beauty.
And that's where the word authentic comes in. There's nothing generic about it. It's not powerlifting in terms of another sport. It's not weightlifting in terms of another sport. It's weightlifting strictly about weightlifting, powerlifting about powerlifting, which is why if you're a coach too, what an unbelievable opportunity for you to get so much knowledge and hands-on experience
Travis,
in 3 days.
3 days.
More than I think you could get in a year.
For sure.
You could spend thousands of dollars on books, other camp, whatever you want. You're going to get all of that in 3 days.
Well, and also it's going to be, I think that we're in the process of getting it to count. The certification will actually count to getting.
I've got a few people on it right now trying to make it to count towards number one, a certification, but also CEUs in case you guys are already certified. Keep your certifications up.
That'd be sweet.
I mean, that's just icing on the
now,
cake.
Trav, or this is the question to you.
Okay. My name is
what's
Ryan.
your name, Ryan? I'm looking at you
Ryan.
spacing out.
Yeah.
Why is bench press and why hasn't bench press been in CrossFit since forever? Where's it been, and why has it been shunned upon?
I wouldn't say it's never been, because there's a CrossFit workout, and I think it's called Linda. If I'm saying this wrong, somebody please tweet it. But that includes the bench press. I would argue, at least personally speaking, that the bench press is really misunderstood in a lot of ways, so it's not taught properly. So some coaches will err on the side of just Xing it out rather than hurt people's shoulders by teaching it incorrectly.
Right.
That's one. Two, people associate it with bodybuilding, so it can't be good, right? It can't be functional if it's a bodybuilding movement, which is not totally true. So that's one thing. And
it
then
does seem like bodybuilding has taken many exercises and kind of kept them to their own, which I agree with you. Bench press is not bodybuilding; it's more powerlifting than it is bodybuilding.
I'm just telling you the outsider's view.
Continue.
In my opinion.
Continue.
And then the third thing is, again, if you go to thinking about functional fitness, like lying on your back and pressing up is not when do you, especially as an athlete, you don't ever want to be lying on your back.
Somebody just pins you. If you're
That's a bad.
Yeah.
You're practicing to,
Now, is
I don't know about
CrossFit
that.
worried about shoulder issues in the bench press? Because that's why I stopped doing it, because my shoulders hurt tremendously bad. But at the same time, I never had a guy like Travis Mash or a CrossFit coach
Exactly.
like yourself ever teach me how to bench properly. I was that guy in Gold's Gym,
Exactly.
repping out shit as fast as I could to get that sweller pump on, brah.
I was
can't
right
wait
there
to
with you,
teach
dude.
that.
And that's
With
why
my cut off shirt and my no explode, bitches.
Okay. That's why I refrained from coaching the bench until I got with some good power lifters who really showed me the proper way to do it. And then
Yeah.
to learn from Travis is just taking it to
it's
a
all
whole
about
other level.
the angle of the humerus and the range of motion. And so I will teach them how to, limit
Yeah.
the range
Teaser.
of
Good
motion.
teaser.
from what- yeah.
No, because Travis, I saw you in the gym with Ryan,
Right.
and you were coaching him for like 2 hours on all these tricks
Right.
on the bench press.
Yes.
What the?
You can literally add 50 pounds.
You were in there for
Yeah.
2 hours coaching these tricks on the bench. I'm sitting there going, dude, I learned how to bench press in 5 minutes, but then again, I couldn't
yeah.
bench that much,
Yeah.
and I had totally bad shoulders.
Totally changed the game.
there's-
Why are you teaching Ryan this shit and not me, though?
I mean,
You don't want me to do that
I
before
have
Pan
more
Ams,
potential.
I'm trying. Yeah, I don't want you to get hurt. You got a big meet coming up in Venezuela.
which I'm doing pretty good in training
Oh,
lately.
looking
You
better
see these
every day.
I
videos
told you
lately, baby?
today. I told you today. You're looking better every week. I think you're going to peak perfectly.
A lot of people know, but I clean jerked 187 the other day and didn't get it on film. I killed it, by the
You
way.
did it. Yeah.
190 plus is coming, and I love my training program.
Yeah. Yeah. John, speaking of that, talk to us a little bit about your program. It sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks to me like it's Bulgarian-ish.
It is actually not ish; it is Bulgarian fully.
It's Bulgarian.
As Ivan Avdyev says, I've been on the phone. I've been written out a program by one of Ivan Avdyev's people, I should say.
Right.
But I am on full 100% Bulgarian system
With-
for a clean athlete. So Ivan Avdyev has 2 methods of Bulgarian training:
Right.
dirty and clean.
Dirty and clean. Pink pills, no pink pills.
No, yeah, and really, it's true. So,
Pink pills.
and it's one of the
creatine.
best programs I've been on. I love it. I was very Bulgarian in the early Cal Strength days. A lot of my teachings and technique is obviously Bulgarian. If you've seen me lift, of course, very Eastern European style. And I've missed it. I've missed Bulgarian, and I love it. I'm getting strong off it. My lifts are coming together.
Right. I've noticed one difference though.
Yeah, you notice that. So if anybody's sitting there going, wait a minute, John, you're not Bulgarian because you're back squatting. Bulgarian system is no back squats.
It's all.
It's
front.
all front.
Right.
Now, the reason why I'm not back squatting or front squatting is because that's how I hurt my back before the Arnold.
Right.
And that's how I actually hurt my back many times throughout my career is front squats.
I've hurt my back from.
And I was actually going to ask you, Travis,
right.
why that is. And I was just going to kind of wrap up my comment by saying that's why I'm doing maxing out in the back squat every day.
Well, I mean,
So I basically switched the front squat to back squats. But besides that, I'm 100% Bulgarian.
you know, when you're going with the multiple heavy reps on the front squat, you really are starting to light up the thoracic spine. That's the middle of the back. You know, and as soon as you trigger the thoracic spine, immediately the multifidus, the little muscles that go up and down the spine, that's true core, they light up. So you run a risk of not only hurting your thoracic spine, but also your low back. Just because if your elbows dip a bit, just a bit, even if you don't know it, immediately your whole spine is lit up.
And I think that's what happened to me. And I kept getting those back injuries. And every time I went heavy in the front squat, boom, there goes my back, boom. But right now I'm maxing in the back squat twice a day, every day.
And no injuries, you said.
And no injuries at all. No back pain at all. I'm snatching to max.
Numbers going up.
Numbers going up. You know who's actually writing my program?
Who's that?
Which is, it's pretty easy to write a Bulgarian program, to be honest, because
Max out
what it
today,
is you
max out
max
tomorrow.
out in the snatch and clean and jerk every day.
Right.
And you max out in the back squat every day, multiple times. And as Ivan Avdyev says, for a clean athlete, preferably twice a day.
Right.
Now, I said to a guy named Chris.
To a guy named
Chris trained under Ivan Avdyev for 3 full months out at the Aliko Center before Ivan went home to Bulgaria just a few months
without
ago.
pink pills.
And I've been on the phone with Chris for the last few months, just talking to him like crazy on the exact program that Ivan had him on as a clean athlete. And I'm literally doing the exact same thing that Chris went under. Chris is not even a top-ranked weightlifter. He's a professional ice skater.
Wow.
Chris was my athlete at California Strength. And I actually wanted him to call it. I told Chris he should write a book. Because Chris went in the Alico. This was kind of right when 3 months before Ivan went home.
Right.
And there wasn't a ton of people in there because of some stuff that went on.
Yeah.
And Chris went in there and said, "Hey, I trained under John. I'm usually at California Strength. I'm here to lift. Guess who's in the gym? Ivan Avajayev,
The man.
the best weightlifting coach in the world." And Ivan said, "Come here, kid." And I said, "Chris, you're kidding me. You got to train one day under Ivan?" I said, "1 day, right?" He goes, "No, John. I trained under Ivan Avajayev for 3 months, every single day by myself." I said
3 years in Bulgarian.
I know. I said, "Chris, you have no idea how many people would give up their left testicle for that."
Seriously.
There are weightlifters around the world that would kill for your spot. And you're a pro ice skater. You're not even a freaking weightlifter. I mean, of course, he is a weightlifter. He competes. But his main job is he's a professional. Yeah. He competed in the Olympics and the Europeans as an ice skater. But now he's competing weightlifting. And he's basically writing my program identically to what Ivan had him do. And what it is, I said, so Chris, snatch, clean, and jerk, of course, but there's some days where I can't even snatch, 140. You don't see these on the videos. I mean, of course, I show my misses on my YouTube videos, but there's so many training sessions I don't put up there. I don't want to bore people because let's face it, it's going to be boring. If I put up every one of my awful training sessions of working up and missing lifts, you guys are going to be like, "Oh, I'm not watching John's videos anymore."
Why? I have a question.
Yeah.
Why, you're one of the very few people that actually does put up their misses. And obviously, let's be honest.
And Clark's. I put up my Clark's too.
Even the one that threw you in the chair. That was a good one.
That was awesome.
Even the one where I couldn't even lift off the floor because I was in my head.
You know what was crazy is how he landed in that chair.
That's amazing.
That was the
so
coolest
natural.
part.
That's
of
the mental game video,
Yeah.
Why do you think you do it but no one else does? Are you the only one who misses?
Well, you know what I look at my training like and myself is kind of an experiment. I want so many lifters out there that are watching my videos to learn.
Right.
I don't want to sit there and just show off.
Right.
Hey, I'm an elitist lifter. Watch me.
Yeah.
I want people to learn from my mistakes, understand that even top lifters, Clark, miss, have bad days, have emotions, and fail.
Right.
I mean,
I feel
there's these things happen in everyday life for a weightlifter, and I want to show it. I want to talk about it. I want to write about it.
Right.
I want a kid out there that's training in his garage to know that if he Clarks a weight or misses, it's okay.
He's not
that's
the only one.
That's important to me. If I'm sitting there watching John North videos, I'm watching Travis Mash videos, I'm watching whatever I'm watching, and all I see is make after make after make. I'm all pumped up. I go to train, I miss, and now I'm mentally destroyed.
You're like, I'm
you know
a
what
loser.
I mean?
Yeah. Way to be transparent.
I just want to be real.
Thank
you.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And I don't even think, John, when you don't even think about that. That's just like for you, that's just who you are. Like, you're going to put the misses up there, you're going to put the makes up there. That's it. It's not a thought out process.
Let me say this too. Some of the makes that I put up there as well, they're good misses.
Right.
Or the misses I put up. There is such a thing as a good miss. Fighting for a weight and missing it multiple times and then coming back and making it is almost better than making it the first time. It teaches you discipline. It teaches you how to be mentally strong.
How to get back on the horse.
That's huge.
Yeah. How to get back on once you've been thrown off.
And that's one of the things from out. I'm sure a lot of people will be shaking their head in agreement with me here that outside of the weightlifting world, seeing that to a non is astounding to me. And that I think that to me is what attracts me to the sport of weightlifting so much. How you guys in training, and I say you guys because obviously you guys have been competing at high levels, can have a day where you miss once, miss twice, keep missing.
Right.
And I've seen John go 10 tries deep and then hit it. That to me is amazing. I mean, if that takes so much mental strength, right?
You can't necessarily do that on another program. If you're on a percentage program and stuff, you're not really allowed to do that.
Right.
And that is part of the Bulgarian system is miss, make, go up.
Yeah.
There are a lot of misses in the Bulgarian training program.
Right.
And you have to deal with that. You have to come to an understanding that it's going to happen.
Does it take
and it's very difficult to get down on yourself when you're missing more than you're making.
Now, does it take a special kind of athlete to be able to do that program, or could anybody utilize that program?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mentally, not physically.
But
I know guys that look. I wrote a blog on it called Him.
Yeah.
HIM. That's it. Just type in HIM. It's a true story. True story.
HIM.
HIM. There are many people I've seen that can't handle that high of volume as far as 1 rep max weight. It is one of the hardest things. Look, you could look at my program and say, this is easy.
Right.
This isn't, it's not that hard of a program to write out. This is not complicated. No, my friend.
Yeah.
No. The most complicated, the most simple program in the world is the hardest.
It is the hardest.
You can sit there and have jerk supports, rack jerks, pulls, powers, complexes, all you want. But guess what, my friend? At the end of the day, it's all about who can snatch and who can clean and jerk the most. That's all it's about, man. I ain't got time for anything else. I snatch and clean and jerk every single day.
Truth.
And that's why I'm going to go to Pan Am's and get on the podium. That's why I beat people in the sport of weightlifting. Yeah. That's why I got the weakest legs in the sport, because I don't squat that much.
Right.
But I'm still beating rookies left and right.
John, a question here.
Go.
Twitter, coming from Spencer Arnold again.
I think you just answered it, but yeah.
I'll just repeat it.
Go.
On Ivan's system for clean athletes, how often do you have bad days per week? How's that emotionally? So just in your experience. The program that I'm on, if you always try to max out, if you're having one of those days, it's called the 10 kilos less rule. So what you do is that you try to at least snatch or clean and jerk 10 kilos less than you did the day before or the workout before. Good point.
Now, if Ivan says that if you can't, and this is coming from Chris the ice skater, I haven't talked to Ivan about this fully.
Chris the ice skater.
Yeah, this is through third person. If you can't do the 10 kilos less, then there is one thing that Ivan does do, and Chris said he was shocked. He didn't do it a lot. Yeah. You could call this an assistant exercise, but it's really not, because it's still a snatch and clean and jerk. Right. It's powers.
Yep.
It's still a snatch, clean and jerk. It's just catching it high, and obviously you're going to do less weight. Right. So if you're having trouble with the 10 kilos under rule, drop down and max out. Again, you hear that word, max out. There ain't no percentages on the Bulgarian system in the powers. Yep. And then the next workout, you go back to the full lifts as heavy as you can go.
Now, and then from an
that's it. And then back squat after every single workout, and that's the Bulgarian system. That's it.
Yep.
Max out, 10 kilos less, powers, back squat, done.
From a mental state, now, let's use a baseball analogy where, or even a quarterback in football, they say you got to have a short memory, right? You throw a pick, forget about it. Is it like that in training where you have a bad day and you're over it by the next day, or does it carry over?
It carries over for me personally, because I take weightlifting personally. I take the bar personally. I think that's why I'd always be a good cage fighter, because when I'm on that platform, I feel like that bar is alive. I feel like it's an actual person. And what I do is when I keep missing, I feel like it's my dad saying, hey, John, you're never going to be a good weightlifter. Go back to the nightlife and become a businessman like me, because you're a fucking failure. Right. And that's what I think about when I miss lifts. Wow. Is my father.
That's
and
a connection.
That bar is my father, and guess what? I'm going to knock him out, and I'm going to make it. And that's why I can come back 10 misses, later and make lifts, because I take that bar personally. When people get mad at me, when I first started in the sport of weightlifting, it was disrespectful to walk over the bar. It was disrespectful to move it with your foot where you want it. And I listened to that rule before I became Johnny Cash. Now, I walk over the bar, I piss on the bar, I take the weights off, I throw the bar, I'll break a bar, and I'll tell the bar to go home. Yeah. Because let me tell you something, bar, if you're going to get on that platform with me, it's war. Right. And I have nobody else to punch but you.
All right. Now, Spencer has one more. He says, also, how many misses...
Spencer, take a seminar. No, just kidding.
How many misses is too many misses for that system?
That's a great question.
Very
and
good.
Spencer Arnold is obviously a very, of course, smart guy, because it's smart questions. Look, there is absolutely no amount of misses.
Right.
It's just that you're going to have to figure out as an athlete, there's just no way you're going to make it. So if you're having good misses where you're missing behind, it's locking out for a second, oops, you missed it a little in front, but you can make it,
right?
Then keep going. Because a lot of people think missed lifts are just like you don't get any better.
That's not true.
Like it never happened. If you missed it, it never happened. Not true. You're actually pulling, you're going under, you're using your body, you're actually getting a workout in. You are getting stronger. Just because you didn't stand up with the weight, which is the easiest part.
Yeah.
Then that means that, you're still getting strong. So missed lifts are still a workout. So I think that one day I went up to 15 misses at 153 or something like that. And then I just said to myself, okay, the bar won. And it's very difficult to admit that.
Right.
It's very difficult to say you win bar and go down and hit 10 kilos left.
What happened?
We're back on. We're back on. We just went off for a second.
Whoa.
Whoa.
That was crazy.
How long? I wonder how long we were dead, but Spencer asked that Twitter question, so we should be okay.
Yeah.
It's very hard to tell yourself the bar won.
Right.
Also, like I was saying, Ivan Avadjev of the Bulgarian system is into waves, going back down to 70 kilos and then working all the way back up to try to hit that 53
Right.
again. Kind of like you said, as a pitcher, shake it off, forget about it, even though it's hard to.
Right.
You know, and come at that 53 again. A lot of people do the wave to take different jumps. So if they can't snatch 53, they'll go all the way up to like 48 and then go 44 or 52 to, you know, for
I do
different
that a
jumps.
lot, yeah.
But I don't do that because what I do is I take the weight personally. So I'll work up only for one thing on my fucking mind
Yeah.
is to hit 53 and be done. Even if I smoke 53, I won't even go up because my job of the day is complete.
Yeah.
I won, you lost, bar, because let me tell you something. With the adrenaline of meets,
Right.
there are times where 153 snatches have felt much heavier than 166 I did at Cal Strength.
Right.
If I could hit that 53 on the 20th try with tired legs on my second workout of the day, maxing out in the squat on no pink pills,
You know
let me
you
tell
got
you
it.
something. I'm going to go out and snatch 160 plus, and it's going to feel easier in competition than that actual lift. So don't be confused about the numbers. Don't get it twisted because those numbers will lie to you. You can't listen to the numbers just like you can't listen to your body. That's exactly why Arnold Schwarzenegger never got on an effing scale. Never once. He always looked at himself in the mirror for his results.
Right.
He said, if I look good in the mirror, then I will win. It doesn't matter what I weigh. And the same thing with the weightlifter.
Right.
Never listen to your body. Never worry about what weight you're doing in training. As long as you're fighting, taking it personally,
Right.
and finishing the workout, misses or makes, then you will succeed in weightlifting.
Right.
And that's what the Bulgarian system teaches an athlete. Big balls, thick skin, and how to be a fucking man.
Boom.
I mean, if that
Cut this
wasn't,
off.
you could not possibly say that any better.
Right. You know, there's also a little bit of
Where am I right now?
I don't know. That was
Well, I was going to say that working. You asked earlier, you know,
Right.
like, you know, can is that for just someone like John or for everybody? But working at 90% or above is the only way you ever strengthen ligaments and tendons. Like it has to be 90, at 85% or less. You'll be strengthening your muscles, but you'll be getting weaker in your tendons. And so, actually, there's less injuries if you're, you know, focusing on 90% or above than you are at, like, say, the 85%.
That's
or less.
interesting, Trav. And I was going
I
to bring
hope
me to
everybody
my-
heard that. That's
yeah,
great.
that's what's going to bring me to my next thing.
Yeah.
Is I'm going Bulgarian
Yeah.
right now because I responded to it really well early Cal Strength days
Right.
under Alex Krychev and Donnie Schenkel and Martin Pashoff and all these guys, and I really liked it.
Right.
But another reason why I'm going Bulgarian is because I'm very injury prone when I get away from snatch, clean, and jerk, which I've talked about before.
Yep.
The minute I start doing assistant exercises and complexes and hangs and pauses,
Yep.
I feel the back tightening. My elbows start to hurt. My left knee starts to hurt. My back tightens more.
Yep.
And then 2 days into it, I'm injured.
Yep.
It's so weird, Travis, that you said that.
Yep.
The heavier I go and the closer I stick to snatch, clean, and jerk,
Yep. The less injuries.
the less, not even less injuries at all. I've never been hurt.
Right.
Knock on wood.
Yeah.
Well,
Because I'm
science.
training my body to sit like a dog.
Yep.
That's why you can't listen to your body.
Yeah.
Your body is a
lie.
dog.
Yep.
Make it sit.
Yep.
Every time I walk into the gym, sit, boy, sit. And if it doesn't sit, guess what? I'm going to make it sit.
Right.
You got to be a hard nose. I come from the old school weightlifters, bro.
Street, baby.
I train with guys that would rip your effing head off.
Yep.
If you try to move on from a lift after a few misses, you're done.
Right.
You better continue on, boy.
Yeah.
Sounds like someone we know. Shanko.
Hey, not to get sidetracked here, can you tell that story about the one time you like went to go pet?
Well, there's a
Donnie
few
on the-
things you don't do with Donnie. I got stories for days.
I know.
And
That was-
we
that
were
was-
telling so many of them, and this was the one I said, I think I could tell this on air.
Yeah.
Because there's some I just can't.
Right. This one's PG.
If you come to the camp, I'll tell you some. But no, I'm just kidding. But there, you know, I learned quickly, never, ever, ever touch Donnie Schenkel. Ever. I should say while he's lifting, but maybe in everyday life too. Let's see, here was my first month at California Strength.
Okay.
When I was under Donnie Schenkel at the time with Dave Spitz. And I'm sitting there, I'm a big Donnie fan. I'm listening to everything he says. Right? This is all in my book that's coming out soon. And a lot of people don't know is that my first few months at Cal Strength, I never spoke.
Hard to believe.
People are like, what are you talking about, John? You know why I never spoke? Because there was no place for me to speak. There's only two things.
No wonder you talk so much now.
Keep your eyes open.
Right.
And keep my ears open. That's it. Those two things. I never spoke. All I did was train and listen to what Donnie said. Donnie could have said, run off a cliff, and I would have. And that's what makes me a good weightlifter. I don't effing talk. Okay? I just want to get that clear, too. Quit talking and listen. Okay, moving on. Sorry. I'm in a good mood.
All right.
So Donnie's in a chair. He's wrapping his knees, of course, with that famous Ace bandages. Right? With his sweats all hiked up with no underwear. So his penis is sticking out of his sweats. Wow. Of course, he has his... at this point, the wife beater's off.
Right.
And he's got his chain, which is very emotional. I don't even want to mention where it came from because it's very personal. And he was getting ready for a 200-kilo clean and jerk. So I did the dumbest thing. God, I regret this. I did the dumbest thing I've ever done. I got out of my chair. I walked up to him, and he's in that certain zone.
Oh, yeah.
There's a certain zone of Donnie when he's getting ready to attack a weight. You don't want to be 10 feet around him. Yeah. I got in that 10 feet circle, and I already felt the heat. I walk up, I slap him in the back, and I say, go get him, Donnie.
Oh, my God.
I'll never forget. He looked up at me and say, ever touch me again, I'll fucking kill you.
Oh, my God. Even just hearing that
story. That is a true
fear of God.
That is a true 100% story, and I've never been more scared in my whole life. The look that he gave me. The look he gave me when he said it too.
He was for real.
He was dead honest.
Oh yeah.
If I would have touched him again, he would have
killed you.
And from that day on, I've never touched Donnie again in training.
Man. I love that.
Sorry to use the F-bomb.
But we had to keep the story.
It was a quote. If I didn't use the F, it wouldn't have the same punch.
No, because that's what he said.
That's a quote.
And it's funny because so many people out there have never ever met Donnie Schenkel, but have seen the videos and are all shaking their head like, "Oh my God, I could totally picture that."
Yeah,
it was so scary,
so
bro.
scary. You've been where very few men have ever gone before.
Dude, I went in that zone when he's in that zone. Also, you can't listen to music. You can't talk. Oh God, I remember there was a kid at Cal Strength that started talking right before he went down on like a 205 clean and jerk. Let me tell you something. Before Donnie lifts a big weight, you can hear a pin drop from 10 feet away.
You better be watching and be quiet.
He doesn't play music now.
You better turn that music off, boy. I just knew to turn it off, and I would walk around and tell people to be quiet. Like, hey, guys, like I felt like the golfer raising the sign up for quietness.
But really, what you're doing is protecting people.
Well, and I was protecting the guy that
from the wrath
that protected me for so many years. Yeah. The guy that got me in the sport. That the reason why I'm the lifter I am today is because of Donnie.
Right.
And when it's time to be quiet, it's time to be quiet. And you know what? Some might be like, he's a prima donna. What are you doing? This is a gym. People can talk. No. This is Donnie's gym. No matter where he's training.
He's going to work.
Donnie has represented this country in war and in weightlifting 5 times more than you will ever have, person. So you better shut your fucking mouth or I'll shut it for you. And that's how I feel with Donnie. Look, Donnie's my brother, man. Yeah. I've never had a brother. I look at Donnie as my brother. Right. And, I respect Donnie more than anybody on this planet.
Right.
And I think people owe him respect in the gym. Weightlifting etiquette is very difficult to learn. I'm not going to lie. And we're never mean. Yeah. We're just say, hey, be quiet. Certain lifters like their thing. I know CrossFit has theirs.
Right.
CrossFit's very different than weightlifting. Like, right? People lift in front of each other. They walk in front of each other.
I hate that.
They use clips. Like it's fine though. That's just CrossFit, dude. Yeah. It's 2 different worlds. Yeah. But just like how CrossFit wears board shorts, weightlifters smoke cigarettes and wear fanny packs. It's just 2 different cultures. What am I supposed to say?
Lift with long pants all the time. But there's got in any gym, just like in any home, there's got to be rules and they must be followed. Yeah. And our gym will be no different here. When I take my CrossFitters through foundations, there will be a section where I'm explaining those are the weightlifting platforms. Do not be running around dancing around in front of them.
Don't walk in front of them.
Don't walk. Now, and you're walking to the bathroom or something, different story. But don't just be hanging out 5 feet in front of a platform, gawking at somebody who's about to try to snatch 150
Try to
kilos.
notice if somebody's really going for a big lift.
Yeah,
and respect
absolutely,
that.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And if somebody, and hey, guess what? If your mentality is F that, I don't care, then I probably don't want you in my gym anyway.
Well, if
Because
you
you
say
should
that-
want to stop and be like, I want to cheer him on. I want to. You should want to be a part of that lift.
Yeah, well,
so.
do that to John North.
Yeah.
And say F that and see what happens.
Yeah, and it's so funny though because I'm exact opposite of Donnie, and I think that's why we make such a good team. Everybody calls me Klokoff and Donnie Chikashev. Everybody knows who Chikashev is Klokoff's teammate,
Right.
And Chikashev is very quiet and just different. But I'm very loud. I go crazy. Donnie kind of cracks a smile.
Right.
And when Donnie does his thing, I crack a smile. There has to be a certain amount of understanding between your teammates.
Of what each person.
And I could go on a few different things right now, but I'm going to continue on with the show and move on.
Yeah.
But when that understanding is not there, when that respect level is not there, when that, hey, this is how John lifts, we have to respect that, and I do too. If that's not happening, then you must leave the situation that you're in.
Seriously.
Then you must find an atmosphere that is going to work well for you. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in to Weightlifting Talk. That was a pretty
Great
intense last 20 minutes.
Yeah, it was good.
I don't even know what the hell I said. July 12th, July 13th, and July 14th is
it's
the
going down.
Attitude Nation Level 2 camp. Super effing excited, man.
It'll be on theattitudination.com, correct?
Yeah, tomorrow morning,
yeah.
theattitudination.com. You can start to sign up. Listen, guys, there's only 40 spots.
Yep.
Seriously, there's only 40 spots. I think they're going to go quick.
It's going to be an amazing.
I've
Get
already
your
had,
ass out
seriously,
here.
I'm
so
not-
much is going
I'm
to be.
not joking. I've already had 5 people.
I've had a bunch. I've had a
they're-
bunch of
they are
people
coming.
message me.
So
Now-
I would get on this quick.
Is David, the silver medalist in the Olympics,
Well, no, he was an alternate on the 2000.
alternate on the Olympics, he's coming out? Have we have that confirmed?
I've been messaging. He's in Portland that
Okay.
weekend. So I told him, I was like, dude, we're
Yeah.
gonna talk. I'm gonna have a
Yeah.
Stay tuned. Go on the website.
Get him on the show,
look
baby.
For updates. Look for updates. There's
Yeah,
there's gonna
man.
be lots of big things coming.
Well, we
up,
don't
so.
even need them. We're stacked to the
Oh,
gills
we are
as far
so
as
ready,
coaches.
dude.
But
We are so ready.
barbecue, weightlifting talk, lots of coffee, weightlifting, powerlifting, endurance, whatever the hell Ryan's going to have you do. Crazy gymnastic stuff that he's been doing there on the rings. And Ryan,
awesome.
or Travis Mash, will you please teach me how to bench press like you did Ryan?
Yes.
I'll do it.
You were doing some
ready to be a
insane
power
stuff,
lifter.
baby.
Maybe after the Pan Am.
Yeah, I
After you're
can't.
done doing work
Coaches,
down
get
there.
out here and learn. Coaches, get out here and learn. Athletes, get out here and become an unbelievable athlete.
Thanks, guys, so much for tuning in. Love you all. Attitude Nation salute. Follow me at Twitter at Attitude Nation, theattitudination.com. You know what's up. Travis, any plugs? Let's go, baby.
Yeah, check out my new updated website, masterleapperformance.com.
Nice.
It looks a lot better. And so I'm going to give out a shout out to Lindsay and Greg for getting that done for me. And check me out on Facebook at Travis Mash, and check out Smash CrossFit on Facebook. Sorry.
All right. And
Yeah,
everybody-
man. Yeah, get your tickets for the camp because we're only going to be doing about 2 of these a year. I think this might be the only one of the year. Possibly we might add more. But the seminars itself might dwindle because we're going to probably start picking up the camps more. So
Yeah.
Attitude Nation, guys, we'll see you guys Thursday
you
at 1
Thursday.
o'clock, you sons of guns.
Tank Top Thursdays. I'm introing that.
Yeah, baby. Lightweight, shirtless Tuesday, baby. Snatch, clean, and jerk. Ain't got time for nothing else. Shout out to my sister, Lexi McClellan. I love you so much. If you're listening, Lexi, at Light Elegance. Light Elegance, are you there listening? Woo! Joseph, Jim, Nani, Poppy. Let's go. Rhythm, baby.
Rhythm is a
We
great.
might even start this whole damn show up. If you walk in front of Donnie Schenkel, he will cut your head off. And I'll cut your head off because I got my homies back. Ricky Rose. Cash Money Records. Wait, what? I want that pose off, Rich Froning. I want that pose off, Rich Froning. Quit hiding me on Twitter. Quit hiding from me, bro. What, you too cool for school, Rich? Too cool for me? Light Elegance. Lexi, are you listening? Love you. Now get back to work, Lexi. Mom, send me some money. I'm kidding, Mom. I'll send you some money. Bank account. Rose. Cocky, baby. I got a lot of ego this show. CrossFit free, guys. Great job at regionals. You got the games next year, baby. Shout out to my boy Brandon Peterson, baby. All CrossFit free, baby. Big J. Big J Brayson. Big J Brayson. Shout out to CrossFit 110 for having us this last weekend, baby. CrossFit 110. Saturday was crazy. Shout out to my boy Bob. CrossFit Merrimack in Massachusetts. Bob, thanks for having me on Sunday. It was crazy. Fucking crazy. Check out our schedule, theattitudination.com for all the seminars, baby. Crazy. Travis Mash, baby. Ryan Grady. Ricky Rose. Jay Carlisle, where you at? All my buddies in Eugene, Oregon, still hanging out at Spencer's Butte, smoking that you know what. Raise one in the air, baby. I don't smoke weed anymore, but I'll take one mentally with you. All my college cokeheads, baby. I don't do coke anymore, but I'll take one mentally with you. I'm gonna get myself in trouble for that. See ya.